frame or image in JFreeChart. On image frame image. The frame image represent that the chart is displayed on a swing frame or an image is created. A frame is a top level window with a title and a border. An image, from Latin imago, is an artifact that depicts visual perception, such as a photograph or other two-dimensional picture that resembles a subject, usually a physical object, and thus provide the depiction of it. In the context of signal processing, an image is a distributed amplitude of a color. A pictorial script is a writing system that employs images as symbols for various semantic entities rather than the abstract signs used by alphabets. You can see here the frame. You can see the title and the border here. This is overlaid bar chart here, and this is the frame title and border. For an image, you can see this one, Lasser's figures implemented with JFreeChart. As an example, we can consider this chord segment. Here, you can see the chart frame here. A frame for displaying a chart. Here the construct a frame for a chart. This is a title and this is the chart. Here in the pack causes this window to be sized to fit the preferred size and layouts of its subcomponent. If the window and or its owner are not yet displayable, both are made displayable before calculating the preferred size. The window will be validated after preferred size is calculated. Here the shows or hide this window depending on the value of the parameter. Here the if is true, make the window visible, otherwise hide the window. This chart frame class is in org.jfree.chart package. As an example too, we can consider this chord segment here, chart utilities, the class chart utilities, a collection of utility methods for JFreeChart. Includes method for converting charts to image formats, PNG or JPEG, plus creating simple HTML image maps. The method public static void save chart as PNG file JFreeChart chart int width and int height. This saves a chart to the specified file in the PNG format. This is this chart utilities class is in the package org.jfree.chart. Here you can see the file null not permitted, chart, the chart null not permitted, width, image width and image height. Here the public static void save chart as JPEG file and JFreeChart chart int width and int height. Saves a chart to a file in JPEG format. Here this is the file null not permitted and chart null not permitted, the image width and the image height. Now we are considering the application in exporting charts to Acrobat PDF. This method performs most of the work that will be required by the save chart as PDF method, but it writes data to an output stream rather than a file. The method public void draw graphics 2D G2 rectangle 2D area in class JFreeChart in package org.jfree.chart draws the chart on a Java 2D graphics device such as the screen or a printer. The first thing the sample application need to do is to create a chart. So you can use the chart factory.create time series chart method, and this is nothing special. And next you can create a copy of the chart in the PDF file. Then you can save a copy of the chart in a PDF file. This is chart here. There are a couple of things not here. That first I have created a hard-coded file name used for the PDF file here in this way. I have done this to you can do these things to keep simple sample code short. In a real application, you would provide some other means for the user to specify the file name, perhaps by presenting the file chooser dialog. Second, save chart as PDF method hasn't been implemented yet. To create that method, you will write another more general method, write chart as PDF. This method performs the most of the work that will be required by the save chart as PDF method, but it writes data to an output stream rather than a file. Inside this method, you will see some code that set up and open iText document. Obtains a graphics 2D instance from the document, draws a chart using graphics 2D graphics 2D object and closes the document. You will also notice that one of the parameters for this method is font mapper object. The font mapper interface maps the Java font object to the base font using base font object used by iText. Default font mapper class is predefined with the default mapping for the Java logical fonts. If you only use only these fonts, then it is enough to create a default font mapper using default constructor. If you want to use the other font, for example a font that supports a particular character set, then you need to do more work. In the implementation, the write chart as PDF method, here it is chosen to create a PDF document with a custom page size matching the requested size of the chart. You can easily adapt the code to use the different page size, alter the size and the position of the chart, even draw multiple charts inside the PDF document. Now I have a method to send PDF data to the output stream. Here it is straightforward to implement the save chart as method. Simply create a file output stream and pass it onto the right chart right chart as PDF method. Write the chart to the PDF file here. Now we are considering the application in a sample application in exporting charts to SVG format. Create a project in your favorite Java development environment. Add the libraries used in the libraries required, and type the following program, or easier grab a copy of the source from the JFreeChart demo collection. The method public void draw graphics 2D G2 and rectangle 2D area draws the chart on the Java 2D graphics device such as screen or a printer. Create a project. Running this program creates a test.svg in SVG format. Here the view in the SVG Batix includes the view application squiggle, which you can use this to open and view the SVG file. The Batix download includes instruction for running the viewer. Effectively, all you require is java-jar batic-squiggle.jar. The following screenshot shows the pie chart that we created and display using a browser application. A transformation rotation has been applied to the chart within the browser. If you play about with the viewer, zooming in and out and applying various transformations to the chart, you will begin to appreciate the power of SVG format. Here the demonstration shows the export of export the charts to SVG format. Here starting point for the demo and paramarks ignored. Create chart here. Create chart. So here create dataset and here create chart. Following code based on the example in the Batik documentation. Get the DOM implementation. Create instance of org.w3c.domain.dom.document. Create instance of SVG generator. Set the position to avoid the null pointer exception in Batix. Ask the chart to render into the SVG graphics 2D implementation. Finally, stream out the SVG to a file using UTF-8 character to byte encoding. Now we are considering source code in sample application in applets. There is a very little applet specific code here. We just extend the JApplet. The class chart the sample applet uses JFreeChart can be seen in the following. Here the URL http://www.object-refinery.com/jfreechart/applet.html. The two aspects of the same applet is interesting. The source code that is used to create the applet and HTML file that is used to invoke the applet. The HTML used to invoke the applet is important since it needs a reference to the necessary jar files. The HTML applet tag is used here. Notice that three jar files are referenced. The first contains the applet class source code in the applet class source code here, while the remaining two jar files are standard JFreeChart and JCommons class libraries. The version numbers reflect the age of the demo rather than the current release. You can place the applet tag anywhere in your HTML file that you might place some other elements such as an image. The sample applet is created using the following source code, which is included in the support demos package. There is very little applet specific code here. We just extend JApplet. A sample applet demo. The time series for total memory used, private time series total here. The time series for total memory used, the time series for free memory. Create new instance. Create two series that automatically discard data more than 30 seconds old. Add the observation to the total memory time series, param the total memory used. Add observation to the free memory time series, param the free memory used. The data generator, the constructor. Add new free total memory reading to the dataset. Param event, action event. Here you can see an applet using JFreeChart. Now we are considering a simple servlet in servlets. Here is the code for basic servlet. The class chart utilities, this chart utilities is removed from the in current versions. This was in the org.jfreechart package. The static public static void write chart as png method output stream out JFreeChart chart int width and int height. The chart is created, the content type for the response is set to image or PNG. This tells the client what type of data is receiving. The PNG image of the chart is written to the output stream. The output stream is closed. The basic servlet that return PNG image file generated by the JFreeChart. This class is described in the JFreeChart developer guide in the servlet chapter. Creates a new demo here. Nothing required here. The process the get request, the at param request, at param request the request, and at param response the response. Throws a servlet exception if there is a servlet related problem. Throws IO exception if there's an IO problem. Output stream chart overview in chart frame in package org.jfree.chart, a frame containing a chart within a chart panel. Class chart frame in package org.jfree.chart, a frame for displaying a chart. Overview in block frame in package org.jfree.chart.block, an interface that defines an API for border that can be assigned to any abstract block via the classes setFrame method. Interface block frame in package org.jfree.chart.block. A block frame is a type of border that can be drawn around the outside of any abstract block. Classes that implement this interface should implement public, clonable, or be immutable. This interface is implemented by block border and line border. As an exception example, in the environment of with Java 1.4 and JFreeChart 0.9.11, exception in thread main java.aw.headless exception at java.aw.graphics environment.check headless at java.aw.window init at java.aw.frame init at java.x.swing.jframe init at org.jfree.ui.application frame etc. As an exception, another exception example, we can consider IO exception. May occur in method public static void save as JPEG file float quality JFreeChart chart int width int height in class chart utilities. As an error example, we can consider IO error writing PNG file at and etc. This is